So let's move this register function, this Axios request to our API, to a separate folder here. So here inside source, let's create a new folder called actions, and here let's create a file called auth.js. So in action folder, we're going to create these files, and here we're going to write all the functions that will help us interact with our API, whether it is to post data or get data, all those functions we're going to write here. So we want to start with importing Axios from Axios, and we want to write that register function, right? So we can write that and export const register, we can call that. We make it asynchronous function. So to register, you need to send the user information, which we have done here in the register. You can see we are sending the name, email, and password. So these values we can pass as our data here. So we can call that user or user data, whatever you like to call it. Let's just keep it user, just to keep it simple, and return. Now you can use curly brace and use return keyword, or you can just write everything in line. Let's write everything in line. So we await, we use Axios to make a post request, and the endpoint is going to be, we access the API URL from env, process.env.react app API / register, and the second argument is all this information, name, email, and password, which we are grabbing as user, so we put that here. Okay, simple as that. So this way we export this register function. Basically it is doing the same thing we did here. Now let's import this one and use in register. Okay, so let's import that. Import register from actions / auth. Make sure it is destructured, and then here, now we don't have to write all this. Try await Axios post. So we just need to let me grab this name, email, and password, this object, cut, and this bit, let's remove that and instead use this register function we have. All right, so we await to execute this register function, and we give the user data, which is here. So you can see it's not much different. We just didn't have to write the URL name, but later it gets a bit more easier when you don't have to write the authentication headers, tokens, all that. So it's much better this way. So we have that, we move that from here, the register to this accents, and then from here we export. Again we import and give this as an argument, which is received here as user. So nothing has been changed, everything should be working. Let's give it a try just to make sure. Okay, let me copy, let me give it a refresh just to make sure. Run, email, and then okay, so everything is working. Beautiful.